MVB Baseball 2005.
MVP Baseball was, and in some respects still is, the greatest baseball series for gamers and baseball fans alike. From the years 2002 to 2005, EA Sports essentially dominated the market for MLB video games with their famous series MVP Baseball. Released as a refresher to their triple play baseball series, MVP Baseball took little time to achieve greatness and popularity, capitalizing on their added levels of realism and detail, especially in their respective franchise modes, as well as through the series' inclusion of single, double, and triple A teams and players. However, in 2005, at what seemed to be the series' peak, the MVP Baseball franchise seemingly vanished from the face of the earth, never to return again. But why? This is a Lost Saint video, and today we'll be answering the question, what happened to MVP Baseball? To answer this question, we first have to look at EA Sports as they entered the years of 2004 and 2005. While the company released over a dozen sports titles in 2004 alone, the main titles we'll be paying attention to in this video will primarily be the NASCAR, NCAA college football, Madden football, and MVP baseball titles, as their histories are essentially coinciding with one another despite how different they may all sound. The early 2000s saw a fierce battle between game companies to release the best sports games possible. While EA Sports had built a solid name for itself over the last decade, it was still forced to compete with companies like 2K Sports, 989 Sports, Papyrus, and Infogrames for control over their sports-related titles. In 2003, however, EA Sports would make a move that at the time would seem irrelevant to baseball and football fans. Following their release of NASCAR Thunder 2003, they purchased exclusive rights to the production of NASCAR games over the next 6 years, thus eliminating all of their officially licensed competition. What EA did at this moment was bury their competition with their financial advantage, and what baseball and football fans didn't realize at the time was that this act would be a precursor for what was to come over the next 2 years. In 2005, following a heated battle that led to the releases of what are widely considered to be the two greatest NFL games of all time, Madden NFL 2005 and NFL 2K5, EA Sports reached a still controversial exclusivity agreement with the NFL and the NFL Players Association that would create their football video game monopoly that still exists today. Instead of competing with 2K Sports head-to-head, EA decided to bury them completely. They basically did the same thing with their competition as they just did with the NASCAR series. A month later, the company would also reach similar terms with NCAA college football. It's safe to say this move by Electronic Arts did not sit well with directors at Take-Two Interactive, the company that owns 2K Sports and the MLB 2K franchise. Shortly before the launch of the legendary MVP Baseball 2005, it was announced that Take-Two would have exclusive third-party rights to the production and release of MLB video games beginning in 2006 and ending in 2012. This meant that, while first-party developers like Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft were free to release their own MLB titles for their respective systems, companies like EA Sports would have to sit back and watch from the locker room. This act of vengeance, of course, marked the end of the short-lived but much-renowned MVP Baseball series. Well, not entirely. While EA Sports wasn't allowed to create MLB games, the MVP Baseball engine would be recycled and used for a couple of NCAA college baseball games, but due to low sales figures, the series was soon cancelled. Remarkably, however, the MVP Baseball series to this day has an active modding community featuring a countless number of mods and tweaks featuring both classic players, teams, and parks, as well as modern updates for the current season, and it updates every single year. Electronic Arts has also shown some signs of interest to returning to the MLB video game market, as 2K Sports' focus has shifted outside towards the NBA and WWE, leaving the MLB franchise behind. The work that Electronic Arts also did on Outside of the Park Baseball 2019 is also an interesting indicator of what could possibly come in the near future. Though the series itself at the moment may be dead, at least us fans can keep its spirit alive. I'd like to reiterate a similar argument I used in my former video regarding the fall of another EA series, Burnout. Even though we can be pissed that the MVP Baseball franchise is gone, at least we didn't need loot boxes or DLC releases to feel the true magic the game delivered, and the memories we created with the series can happily live on. We can also thank the active modding community for keeping this game alive and well, constantly utilizing its features to create experiences that players have been looking for years and years. Even if EA Sports doesn't return to MLB anytime soon, at least we can all be glad that the MVP Baseball franchise existed and is still able to deliver us with some happy memories even up until today. This has been a Lost Saint video. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching.